you earlier this week about Red Lobster closing some locations, including some in our area. The company filed for bankruptcy last month after the $20 endless shrimp deal cost the company $11 million in losses. Part of their plan includes choosing nearly 600 of its restaurants, including the one on Miller Lane in Butler Township. You can find a full list of locations closing in Ohio on whio.com. Tornado damage is still a concern for many people in parts of eastern Ohio. Take a look at this drone video. It shows the damage in the Zanesville area to several buildings and homes. The twister hit after the initial tornado warning expired and was only under a severe thunderstorm warning. Just within the last 6 months, Ohio has dealt with 62 tornadoes, according to the National Weather Service. That ties the state record for most tornadoes in a year, which was set back in 1992. The strongest tornado this year devastated parts of Logan County. Our Storm Center 17 tracked the storm as it moved through our area in mid-March. Since then, FEMA has given nearly $2.5 million in aid to homeowners and renters across Logan County and other parts of Ohio affected by that storm. People have until July 1st to apply for FEMA assistance. Nick, we were just talking. It's going to be pretty chilly tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not necessarily something that I think a lot of us want for June. We would want warmer weather, right? Our typical highs in the 80s. Tomorrow, only got highs in the 60s. I did dig up a nugget here this evening that I thought you might be a bit interested in. The last time that we had a high of 66 degrees was back last year, actually, on June 13th of 2013. And the time before that was actually also on June 13th, back in 2019. Now, last year, the high was 66 degrees. And that was the only 60-degree day that we had in June. So it's not very common, rather, that we see highs in June in the 60s. And tomorrow, my forecast high is also 66 degrees. So a bit of a cool start to the work week. But don't worry, it's short-lived. We've got a nice warm-up in store. We'll take you out to downtown Dayton this evening. Traffic is moving well. The roads are dry this evening. It is 60 degrees with mainly clear skies right now. A light southwest wind at about 6 miles per hour. And as you would expect, it's been dry all day, so live Doppler 7 is also dry for us this evening. A couple of spots have already dipped into the 50s. Springfield, Urbana, Wapakoneta, and Richmond, all of you are in the 50s at this hour. Oxford still checking in at 68 degrees. That's our warmest spot right now in the Miami Valley. Showing you satellite and radar. We've had some clouds at times today, but for now, most of those have cleared out. We talked a little bit earlier this evening about how we would likely start with a bit of a clear night, but it's not going to stay that way. We're tracking a weak system crossing through the Great Lakes. That'll bring us some more clouds tomorrow, and we should be dry, but there's about a 10% chance of a stray shower tomorrow. I really think the odds are that everybody's likely going to stay dry. Also, our muggy meter. The next several days are going to be rather comfortable. Obviously, tomorrow with highs in the 60s. It's kind of hard to be humid out there with highs in the 60s, but as we get towards the end of this upcoming week, we start to see those highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. You factor that in with some dew points rising into the 60s, and that mugginess and that sticky feeling outside is going to return. So if you can, try to make the best of the next couple of days with the lower humidity. Let's break everything down for you in Futurecast. Again, through the rest of the overnight hours, most of us should be mainly clear. But by tomorrow morning, clouds do start to roll back in. And you notice by lunchtime, we're struggling to be towards 60 degrees. I think we'll find a few breaks during the afternoon hours in that cloud cover. And that should help us to see temperatures climb into the middle 60s. And then watch what happens Tuesday morning. We wake up to temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50. So you may want a light jacket as you head to work, but you're not going to need that during the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine helps those temperatures climb right back into the 70s. So it's really just a one-day cool down if you want to look at it that way. For tomorrow, high of 66 degrees here in Dayton, a fall-like day with mostly cloudy skies. Again, a stray shower or a light sprinkle can't be ruled out, but I really think most of you are dry. Breaking down those high temperatures for you across the entire Miami Valley. Some of you to the south may find yourselves getting into the upper 60s tomorrow, but I really think most of us are in that lower to middle 60s range for us. Let's break down my Storm Center 7-day forecast, because after tomorrow, we start a nice warming trend into the middle portions of the week. We're already back into the 80s by Wednesday, and our next really meaningful chance of rain comes Friday. And we have a couple of showers and thunderstorms, and that could be our first 90-degree day this year. And beyond Friday, we look to stay pretty hot right into next weekend.
Thanks, Nick. Cases of whooping cough are on the rise. There are nearly 3 times as many cases in the U.S. this year as last year. That